Yep. Hi, welcome. It is Tuesday night. It is time for a little Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome, 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 everybody, to Indigo Chameleon. As we dive into Wonder, we've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. You can hang out with us on the Discord and find all sorts of fun, awesome stuff there. We've got memes, we have an inspiration channel, and it also keeps you in the know for anytime we're recruiting and we're looking for people to play in one-shots and things of that sort. So, yeah, hello, friends. Hello, and oh, amazing 12 for 10, beautiful people. Look at you. What's up, 12 for 10? Meowth, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also have a shop where you can buy cool merch like t-shirts and cool mugs and shower curtains. I still want to get one of those shower curtains. But Magnoth was the fastest there, so he gets to level up tonight.
That's level 12!
No! We also have an online store where you can buy fun little digital goods for your character. But when Backstage started, I had a little joke, and I apologize. The online item was Charlotte, and the caption for Charlotte was abandoned spider for a good home. House trained, can't turn invisible. Charlotte was purchased.
For the record, I didn't see that?
You just saw Charlotte.
Oh, you just heard this
I just saw
now?
Charlotte.
Oh,
Oh, just now?
so this just got
Oh.
worse.
The new item,
whiskey in
the
here.
new item up for grabs tonight is Death's puppy. You'll find a cute little. No, don't you dare. Okay, you can go. I love you.
Oh,
You make your
readjust where
choice.
I was sitting.
Okay, readjust. You can find a cute little three-headed puppy on there. Careful, it'll pee on the carpet, and it may also ferry souls to the underworld. So buyer beware. We have some amazing shows coming up this week on the channel. Tonight is Tuesday. Tomorrow night, there's nothing going on here, but we encourage you to go out there and find other cool channels that have stuff going on. I think Random Encounters has a stream tomorrow evening, so go over to Random Encounter Productions, a good friend of the show. Thursday night, what are we doing Thursday night? Thursday night, Connections Collective. As we're going to Where in the World is Karma San Diego. So we share some of the adventures that we've been having around the country, as Indigo Chameleon and I share pictures and videos from Evermore and pictures and videos from our trip to Dark Horizon, which was a lot of fun. Friday, we jump into Never, as we get to have a fun adventure as we discover a little bit more about the backstory of Never and the choices that the heroes are making now that they have a ship that is completely has a crew of really weird elementals, including a fruit elemental that poops bananas. So tune in for that. It's a lot of fun. That's Friday. On Saturday night, nothing going on here on Indigo Chameleon, but you can go check out our good friend Icky V. She's got a D&D stream that evening as well. On Sunday, there's a special one-shot that's going to be taking place. I need to throw out a recruitment for that. But we have our good friend Cody from Random who is now hosting us. Thank you, Random Encounter Productions, who is an amazing DM and has been very kind to us. He's going to come over and play some games. So, and play a one-shot on Sunday. So, yes, it's going to be awesome. And then that'll bring us right back around to Monday, where there's going to be some gaming of some sort. And then it'll take us back around to Tuesday in Wonder. We have a very, very special giveaway this evening. Oh, Austin, would you mind grabbing that cute little bunny and that set of dice right there for me? Thanks, buddy. Our sponsored artist, T.E. Graves, created this amazing white rabbit. And the white rabbit is holding this beautiful little cake that says "Eat Me," and the little "Eat Me" cake. And so there's also a set of dice, a beautiful dice that I think match the dice aesthetic.
Very far away from
You can't really see them, but they're really, really nice. Kind of purpley, fun colors. If you saw the advertisements for tonight's stream, if you would like to win the dice at one point and one point only tonight, you're going to type in the code word, and then near the end of the stream, if you're hanging out, we will announce the winner. If you have to still be in the chat in order to win the dice. Tonight's word is Harvey, not capitalized, just Harvey. For a chance to win those dice and this amazing, cute little bunny. So, thank you so much for T.E. Graves. Please visit her Instagram and show her some love as our sponsored artist for October. Now, that finishes announcements. Once upon a time, in Wonder, the group of heroes met, and Enwin made a bold choice. Enwin decided, amidst some talking among the group and him trying to express something, he finally took the seed that had been a central focus for the group, that contained the collective energy of his people and a foreign substance identified as the soul of the original queen, and shoved it directly into his chest, reconnecting himself to this primal energy. When he did, he fell backwards. There was a scene that took place between him and I, as we talked about the ramifications for these actions. I encourage you all to go back and watch those episodes on demand. Yes, Enwin was living his best synthetic life. And he made a bold choice. More I cannot ask of my characters than to make a bold choice. As he flipped backwards, the group discovered him to be unconscious and unresponsive. They tried many different ways in order to rouse him from this unconsciousness, and he finally came around. There was some anger expressed by the group as this decision appeared rash to some of them. It seemed more justified to others. While this was going on, a lingering question was building in Day's mind, and during a brief walk away, she confronted Mandrake about the person, his father, who inhabits his hat. They're unsure about the specifics, but it turns out that Mandrake's father, a long time ago, dedicated himself to the cause of the Mad Hatter and imbued the hat with his soul, and allowing him to sort of take a brief control over the hat. Day wanted to speak to him and sort of get a feel for who this person was and what they were capable of, and had a conversation with Mandrake's father. The results going about as well as to be expected. He promised not to hurt anyone in the group, and set forth his goal for bringing about chaos and destruction and shaking up the status quo when it comes to the Red Court, which seems to fall in with Day's alignment. Mandrake and Day, Mandrake was released back into full control of himself, his father actually burning through his time in control of Mandrake's body in order to have this conversation with Tweedleday. While this conversation was going on, Thoe was having an emotional confrontation with Enwin, and during this emotional confrontation, she started insulting the queen. And Enwin reached out, not in full control of himself, and banished Thoe. But it was not Enwin casting this magic, it was the soul within him. So that is what happened on the last episode, as she came back from being banished.
Did she realize that it was the queen and not him? It just occurred to me that
Enwin said that was not me.
Okay.
I believe. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
Did you say that? I think you said that.
I mean, you immediately started talking and said, okay, so she did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
But it was established. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So,
I was just making sure it was established and that I wasn't just OC knowing that. Okay.
and that is where we find ourselves. Heroes, I'm pretty sure it's still the same night. That all of this taking place over a small span of time as we get later and later into the evening. We are getting... No, that took place in the morning. I think
Because we slept.
you slept and then you woke up in the morning and had this conversation. So it's about midday right now where you all are. Grimm also established his connection last episode with the Jabberwock, and showed to the entire group where his allegiances lie with worshiping his god. But right now it is about early afternoon. What would you like to do? The day is yours.
Day, honestly, if with his permission, would probably be spending more time with Nyx and trying to go over things about like what he knows about her father and what her father did to him and trying to understand that a little better.
Sure.
So
Flint would not be too far away, just because, especially after finding out what the subject matter is that you wanted to talk to him about.
Yeah.
So Flint is, for lack of a better term, hovering, just sort of hanging out and making sure that he's there. He's spending less and less time with the caterpillar after the previous outburst. You're welcome. I would say everybody give me an insight check, please. This is going to be a generalized insight check as you're moving about the camp and things of that sort.
9.
9.
You're like,
21.
It's 21.
really good.
5.
15.
15.
29.
29.
17.
17. I would say that the three of you notice that your welcome in the camp is starting to wear a little thin now, because there's no real reason. Not only that, but we have the army of Dinah, and we have the gnomes from Tanoth that are now beginning to speak to one another and try to figure out, like, are we still needed here? Like, we were told to guard a tree, and rumor is starting to, like, the news that there is no tree is starting to spread around the camp. So you're probably granted clemency today, but unless answers start coming in, there's going to be a need for it. So that's what you three sort of pick up on in your wanderings around the camp, the little whispers and things of that sort.
I haven't talked to the caterpillar since we got here, and at some point,
Yeah.
I think we need to do that.
Yeah, you go and head over towards the caterpillar if you guys want to. Where is Nyx during the mid-afternoon after all the events that took place? Like,
Trying to find somewhere to just be away from the group.
yeah.
Because it's just been a lot.
Okay.
She'll kind of just slowly walk up. Can I have a couple minutes of your time?
Sure.
I'm just as annoyed at the decisions as I'm sure the rest of the party, but that hurts you differently. Care to explain a little bit so you understand?
I mean, I think I'm acting pretty rationally. I don't know why everyone else is so okay with it.
A wisdom
no.
saving throw.
21.
Okay, you feel something start to take hold of you. You feel like somebody's, like it's just an odd magic that seems to float about you. You have the ability to press it away from you or to
Like
accept
someone's invading, or
it. No, not that anybody's. Somebody's.
Or is it-
How about this? Somebody's listening in.
okay. Can I investigate it further in any way, or is it?
Okay.
I don't have any magic that would allow me to. I'm just curious if that's
Give me an Arcana check.
okay. Nat 20.
Someone's scrying on you. Or trying to.
Gonna definitely push against it then,
Okay. It's pushed away.
and I know that it's pushed away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, dear. Don't get me wrong. I think how you reacted was completely rational and quite honestly the most level-headed out of all of us. With that said, it's very clear that this hurt you. And I want to go further into details about certain things of your past and obviously my connection with you, being Fridrin. And I don't know if explaining this helps that, or if we just need to talk about him. Who was
Do you
he?
just want to talk about your father? Because I can just talk about your father.
Well, I want to understand more how my father affects you.
I mean, it's not like it's not like I knew him very much. He was just the royal advisor, you know. He was there helping my father out with the royal duties and everything, kind of, you know, every strategy meeting, every, you know, anything. He was there, helping, until he apparently decided he wanted more than that. I don't know if that was his plan all along. I don't know if he thought of it halfway through, but end result's the end result, you know?
She has both the journals now.
Yep.
She's gonna hand over her father's journal to Nyx, and this is his, if it helps you. You can
I-
read it if you want.
I don't care why he did it. I know my family's dead or missing. You know, it's not like me reading that will help that.
Well, at this point, so is mine. Dead or missing, that is. Princess is really the only family I have left, other than whatever we call ourselves. So,
I know how you feel.
well, you have Flint.
No, exactly.
Hi.
I just want to make sure that, and this is probably the weirdest way I could possibly say this, but let's be quite frank. I'm not good at the whole emotional thing. Really working on that. Trying very hard. Better at speaking. I'm speaking too much now. Oof. I want to make sure that we're okay, is the best way I can put it.
I have no problem with you or anyone else other than Grim right now.
Well, from your explanation, it makes a lot of sense. I really do appreciate your time, even if it feels like it didn't get anywhere. It helped me.
I'm glad it did.
She really doesn't have much she wanted to say. She was just trying to get an understanding, so.
Sure. Who takes the journal?
I'm not touching
If he's
it.
not taking it, she'll take it back.
Okay. Cool. Flint will put you aside. And he just puts a hand up and says, I just want to talk to her. Just give me a second. And he'll walk you away. Yeah, you have to understand, dear, you're asking about somebody that took away everything from him. Like everything. He doesn't judge you at all. You are not who your birth parents are. You are your own fully realized creation, but this is not, nor has it ever been a happy time for him. So if you're catching any feedback, that may be it.
I care more about this group than my own feelings, so the feedback is not the issue. It's more, he's a good guy,
Yeah.
and he deserves good things just as much as the rest of this group.
Yeah, so do you.
Maybe. But till then, as a extended courtesy, just thank you for taking care of him. And if there's anything I can do to help, if there's any way to learn more about who this man is that supposedly is my father, please. Open communication.
Yeah, he nods his head.
Thank you.
Thoe, you are headed over to where the caterpillar is. He is in a rare moment of non-chrysalis, usually going into that sort of meditative sleep in the evenings. So he is up talking with some of the followers, who all scatter when you walk towards him. Brianna giving you a sort of glare as she walks past.
Well, I guess I haven't made any friends here either, huh?
Well, no, you haven't, but that's to be expected. You've been through a lot.
I'm sorry I haven't come over to say hi, there was a lot.
What's going on with the tree?
What tree? Edwin planted the seed in himself.
Okay. As you say that, the caterpillar seems to be absent-mindedly smoking. He will look about the clearing, and as not to say anything to you, he will blow some puffs of smoke into the air from that small hookah that he keeps with him. As he does, there will be 1, 2, 3, sort of 4 lines. And as you go, Edwin took the seed and put it inside himself. The caterpillar will look at you and look up, and as he does, the two outer edge, like straight lines that he's blown into the air, just dissipate. And he goes, "Go on."
What was that?
What was what?
What you just did?
Keep going. Tell me more.
Can we be heard right now?
Keep going once you tell me more.
I'm worried about him.
Okay, there's still two like lines of smoke.
The lines of smoke are going from where he is.
1, 2, 3, 4. He blew a puff of smoke. It separated into these four dots.
Okay.
And you said, yeah, Enwin took the tree and he shoved it inside of himself. And two of the dots went, just sort of faded in the air.
Has he ever done anything like this before?
Never. He goes, keep going.
Well, I don't understand what's happening, and I'm worried, and you're not acting like yourself. So,
Have you felt, you get a message in your head going, have you felt the energy?
what?
Random
energy?
little flashes of magic.
Have I felt anything like this?
How many wisdom saving throws did you
Yeah.
have to make last session?
Quite a lot.
He's like, have you felt this? Little flashes, little burst?
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody's watching. Somebody's tuning in. It
Okay.
started with you and then it branched out to everybody else in the group. So I'm trying to be wary of what I say.
Okay. He banished me, but it wasn't him.
Okay?
There are a lot of people inside him now.
Yes.
One of them's dangerous.
I would argue that two of them are dangerous.
You're probably right. It was supposed to be planted and they were supposed to be separated, and it was something that we could deal with, and now we can't deal with it because they're not separate, and we have to figure out how to separate them, but she can hear.
Yes.
And so we can't do anything where he can hear because she can hear.
He needs some safeguards.
And we need to talk to somebody who knows how to separate them.
Okay?
Do you know?
Not without him coming back as something possibly very different from what he is right now.
Would Death know?
It is within his wheelhouse. I have never spoken with him for obvious reasons. I am about skipping a step, coming back and fixing the mistakes, so he and I have never sat down and spoken.
We have someone with us who's talked many times with him.
Wonderful.
I don't have a way to bring her back if she goes to visit.
Okay?
In a city, I could do it, but we have a forest full of people
How well
like
do you
me.
understand magic, though?
Well enough.
There are certain ways to bring back individuals. I can grant you this, but my power is waning. This individual would have a minute.
I think that would be enough.
Let us hope so.
Should I bring her here?
I do not think it is wise to bring someone to the middle of the camp and kill them. Right now you are walking a very thin, excuse my lack of a better term, thin web.
Well, then where should we go? Where you can get to her? Or do you give me something that can do this?
I
haven't talked to her about this yet. I have to talk to everyone, but I have to talk to everyone without him there because...
All right. I would find a safe space I'm happy to grant you this particular spell. It would take me 24 hours to make it something consumable. Unless you have another means.
I, I know that Mandrake can store spells in his hat.
You can.
Would that work? If he came here?
Sure.
Would you still need 24 hours?
No.
Okay.
Bring Mandrake to me.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to everybody.
Right.
It's, do you have a way of knowing what the, how far she can hear?
No. My guess is as far as Enwin would allow. She is still a passenger. He is used to holding power before, but right now he is a dam holding too much water, and I believe little bits of her are leaking out. Think of a pond that begins to overflow and flood the woodlands around the area. It's not going to make much of a difference until years later, where bits of the ecosystem begin to change and warp and the pond overflows permanently.
He has enough power to be able to banish me or banish us.
Then she is growing.
Yeah. Okay.
Good luck, my dear.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go look for everybody. I suppose, like, is Enwin near?
Where is Enwin? Probably wandering around the camp.
Yeah, probably.
Like walking around and sort of enjoying the sights and sounds.
Yeah.
Everything is accented for you, Enwin. Like everything is the sounds are a little bit more crisp. You're the part in the superhero movie right after the kid gets dumped in radioactive goo or bit by the spider, or like everything is like you're testing out your supervision and you're learning how to walk again, but feeling the grass rise up to meet your feet. The queen has been noticeably silent. That little whisper and things has been remarkably quiet ever since the banishment, and you told her to shut the hell up, like essentially, like this is my body and I'm controlling things now. And ever since then, she has gotten noticeably quieter. But you continue about your day. I think just wandering around,
Yeah.
looking. Yeah.
Then if I see Enwin, I'll talk to him. I'm gonna try to be upfront with him without telling too much.
Sure. Yeah. People are milling about the camp. Once again, I think at this point, without having to make the insight check, you're noticing that the mood around the camp has changed. Some of the participants from Dinah are beginning to pack up their belongings and tear down tents and things of that sort, including Princess, who seems to be helping with deconstruction and sort of talking back and forth with the different groups, and she's noticeably avoiding you, Day. It's not that she's purposely turning away, but every time you seem to walk in the near vicinity, she gets pulled to a different direction, and you're wondering if she just happens to be getting pulled or she's getting pulled to a different direction.
She would. She wouldn't follow her, but she would cast message toward her and be like, going somewhere important?
No, the group is packing to go back home.
Home as in
Dinah.
Dinah? So you're just leaving to Dinah?
No, I was gonna say goodbye. I mean, I'm not leaving yet. We're getting ready to leave. But I am shit at goodbyes. So.
Well, history proves we're both not great at that, so.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, it was a joke. It's not a joke. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, we'll talk. Let me just make sure everything gets put away. And she continues to mill about the camp. Yeah. What is Grim doing during all this?
He's
clearly pissed off some people with, who he's sided with, well, God-wise. He's probably just packing up his camp, just drinking a coffee, examining his sword, and thinking about that big old brawl that he just got done doing.
Yeah,
So,
you're kind of nursing your wounds a little bit. If you want to take a short rest and roll hit dice in order to recoup some of those hit points, I would have let you do that as well. Mandrake, what about you, man?
Right after the conversation with my father, because that happened this day, right?
Yep.
I would have gone down into my case
Okay.
and kind of started looking at what was going on, because I know that we had asked Bartholomew to make the heroism potion.
Yes.
Or to look into it a while back.
To look into it. He's navigated the things that you would need, and he thinks he can do it here. But you're going to deplete the storehouse quite a bit. A heroism potion is very powerful because you're not having to worry about you're circumnavigating the concentration effects that would come with a heroism potion. But thinks that he can recreate it, but you're going to have to visit a supplier somewhat soon.
Okay. So I would kind of take stock of what is there.
Yeah.
And address my father. Well, actually, first, I would ask Bartholomew if is this place warded?
I read at the general wards that prevents me from getting out, and normally you have to be invited by the person attuned to it, but...
Oh, that's worked well.
Well, I mean, she was your blood. What am I supposed to do? You all look alike to me.
Fair. Father, are you there?
I'm always here. You rarely take this hat off.
I'm not quite sure how it works yet, but tell me about yourself.
What is it you would like to know?
Everything?
I started under the tutelage of my father at a very young age. I met your mother. Your mother was beautiful, and she accepted me for my darker moments, and I would visit her occasionally at the inn that she worked at. She moved up the ranks, eventually owning the inn, and we had a child, but I was never very good at being a parent, so I let her handle it.
And how did I end up in Snoth?
Your mother got sick. She pleaded for me to come back home, and I had important work to do. I had already given my soul in order for the cause. I knew that you would understand when you came of age, to understand that the greater good and needs must. So I entrusted you to a family friend that I knew would take care of you.
Bixby.
Bixby. And look, you turned out fine. You're a little soft.
And what of your father?
What of him?
I know enough.
He was the hat.
True. Is that how it always goes?
Yes. And one day, son, when you are able to, you will give your life up. You too will have a child. And the cause will be fought.
And what of Alice?
What of Alice?
His time with her.
What of his time with her?
I've read enough to know that there are whispers.
There are always whispers with men in power.
And the men in the shadows hear the whispers of the best.
Correct.
And you spent a lot of time in the shadows, Father.
I did. As did your grandfather. As did your great-grandfather.
And he'll like scan the walls just kind of
Sure.
absent-mindedly and say, what do you know of this person inside of Inland?
Give me a persuasion check.
That did not go well. That was a 9.
The queen. The original queen. was the kindest woman I've ever met. I met her fairly briefly. She was an instructor in the ways of magic. She was kind. She was very giving.
She was kind.
Yes.
We're talking about the Red Queen?
Yes.
All the stories depict her to be ruthless.
That story is told by a child. A petulant girl who fell down a hole, running away from adulthood towards another place filled with adults. And you're wondering why she was depicted as such? Why the characters that stood out to her were the man in the silly hat and the talking rabbit. That woman?
I guess children do see the adults a little differently.
You hang out with a man who used to be friends with a wolf, a plant man, a girl that breathes fire, a woman who is connected to death, and a boy running so far away from his home he doesn't know which way is up. Do you think any of them would appear as monsters to a little girl?
I see your point. So you say we can trust her?
No, I did not say that. All royalty is bad, son. They know how to play the game. They wear many masks. They may be the kindest people you have ever met. They may give you the shirt off their back. It's only because they have 15 more shirts at home. The 2 gold that they hand to you that change your life are just merely a drop in the bucket in the thousands of gold that they steal from farmers and workers in the Kingdom of Wonder. They are a plague, and I am the cure. We are the cure. We balance the scales. We tip the coffer.
Understood.
We're all a little mad. Both insanity and anger, son. She missed that part. We're not crazy, we're fed up.
Thank you, Father.
You're welcome. Go be better.
What do you suggest?
It's not my place.
We were to go meet Alice at the table.
Then go meet Alice.
We'll talk to the group.
You are back out in... everyone is sort of milling about the camp. It is a slow day after the events that happen. You get on into the early evening hours a bit. Thoe, who are you looking for? You were...
I need to talk to them, but I'm gonna talk to Enwin. I don't wanna just hide from him.
Yeah. Enwin. You see her coming omnidirectionally. You are facing one direction, and a set of eyes shows you Thoe, and it's odd because you are still being able to see in front of you, but a second pair of eyes opens up behind you and sees her walking up as if she was going to try to get your attention.
Okay. I'm just not gonna react. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, he keeps looking forward as you walk up to him.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
A little worried, to be honest.
I can respect that.
I wanna help. But I'm afraid that any way I help is going to be deemed as threatening to some. And that you could be a danger to us all.
I'd argue we could all be dangerous to each other if we decided to.
How do you feel different now? What's changed?
I feel whole. It's strange to know that there's a piece of you out there, but not to really feel it until it's back. There's more to me, that's for certain, and I remember again.
You remember
I remember.
everything?
I remember everything. Mostly. It's a lot. I can't remember everything at once, but it comes and it goes. It's all me.
Where's everybody in the camp right now while you two are having this conversation? Anybody gathered around them? I need everybody individually from where you are to make a Constitution saving throw, please. You included.
Sorry, nat 20.
8.
Nat 20.
Also a nat 20.
20 not net.
20 not nat.
8.
8, 20. Nat 20.
9.
I'm
9.
still in my case if that makes any difference.
No, it does not.
Okay, 9.
1, 2, 3. 2 points of lightning damage.
What the hell? This guy?
The ones who did not succeed?
The
or-
ones who did not succeed. You are having this conversation with Enwin. It doesn't matter if you're in your case. Every member of the group split up as wide as you are. There is a
Ouch.
everybody who failed that save. If you made the save, you feel this little like prick on the back of your neck, and you rub it. You're fine. But everybody else take 2 points of lightning damage.
So 20 is a save. We're good.
20 is a save.
What was that?
I'm not sure, but I don't like it.
Was it her?
Well, ice especially wouldn't be hurting me if it was.
The group needs to talk about what we're gonna do next, and I'm afraid that you can't be there. You can be there. She can't. You know that, right?
What are you actually saying here?
I'm saying we need to figure out the best way out of this, the best way to help you, the best way to help everyone, and we can't have someone who can banish any one of us at any given time in our midst while we're discussing this. You have to be able to understand this, right?
Oh, I understand. Makes perfect sense. You're right. Go plan my life out for me. It's fine.
Well, then what do you want? What do you need? What do you think needs to be happening right now? If you've got a plan, I'm all ears.
I don't, but I apparently shouldn't be on the planet, so...
Why should you? Well, we've got an extra set of ears. You made a choice.
I did. And you're making one now, aren't you?
I'm trying to do whatever I can to help you and to help us and to help Wonder.
Anybody that's in the camp, this conversation's heated enough that people are starting to pick up on the loud noises coming from.
I'm gonna start walking in that direction.
Yeah, same. If we can hear them, we're walking over there.
You're accusing me of making a choice for you when I'm trying to talk about the choice with you before I make it. Unlike you who made a choice for so many souls without ever talking to them.
You're right. I did. But they're not gone. You seem to think that by taking that back, they've disappeared.
No, but you get to walk around. You get to live your life. What about Shock? What about Kura? What about Jara? What about Bana? What about Kosh?
What about Merc? What about Toph? What about Johns and Sol and Reef? What about Zern and Walm? Do you just want to throw names at me all day like I don't know? You remember, I remember everything. I remember when every single one of them fell at one point or another, and I was there to look them in the eye when they came out and say, "It's good to see you, friend. God, I've missed you." To find them struggling with something that they could remember they used to be able to do and they can't because their bodies aren't the same anymore, and to say, you need to forgive yourself for having to start over. To stand next to them when they needed someone. I remember. I know exactly what I did. They wouldn't have been themselves. There's one of me with her. There would have been many. I made a choice to protect them, and they're still there. Though if you don't want me around, say so.
I want you around.
Then let
It's
me be.
too dangerous to have her around, and right now we cannot separate the two of you.
Then why don't you go find a way to do it?
That's what I'm
I'll
working
be here
on.
when you get back.
That's what I'm working on.
Her back is turned. Do you want me to kill her?
No.
I can make it quick.
Leave her alone. She's trying to help.
Alright.
Do we hear him talking out loud, or is like?
Mhm.
Okay, just checking.
We need to talk. And I wish that he could be here for it,
That's my cue. And they
but
walk
he
away.
has a passenger.
On those words, Mandrake will turn and follow him.
Him?
Hmm?
Okay. Mandrake, we might need your help.
Oh, I thought we were just telling people who had passengers to leave.
No.
I've had 2 extra sets of ears for months now.
I got banished today.
And I had my body taken over for an entire night.
And I've died, and he's died, and she's died, and we've died. We've all died. We've all had passengers. The point is here.
Hang on a minute. Wait. I'm so sorry. He has a passenger inside him that banished me.
Okay.
That he talked back into me coming back, but this could
Okay.
happen at any given time.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. We've established that. Everything is out on the table. The point is, we need to help Enwin.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to do.
I understand that, dear. I do. And I am here to help you. But you two bickering is not going to help us. And Enwin clearly needs support or space. We're not sure yet. If there's 2 of him, that one may need one and one may need the other. We don't know.
Check, because she's
I'm not
preoccupied.
there.
You're not there?
No.
Then you
I have decent arcana.
give me an Arcana check.
What's Arcana?
That's the sparkles.
So,
That's
as
the thing you
much-
feed
Oh.
for.
Well, it apparently in this instant I'm riled up. 9.
It sticks in your head head a little bit when Thoe says, "I got banished today." I got banished today. Intimates that what came back may not be fully, like, there's a difference between the passenger you made an agreement with.
Mhm.
Everyone here does have passengers.
Mhm.
Nobody's passenger works without permission from them. So either Enwin banished Thoe today,
Mm-hmm.
or something inside Enwin banished Thoe today.
Okay. I understand that he may not have control all the time. All I'm saying is, this is hard for him too.
I agree. And that's why I talked to him first. But if everything we say can be overheard,
Your talk was heard from the other side of the camp?
no.
That's fair.
Right. But if a conversation about what to do to help him can be overheard by someone inside of him, and that person can have a direct effect on the rest of us and can stop that from happening. If that passenger wants control, if that passenger wants to stay inside of him, if that passenger does not want to be separated from him, then we need to be able to have a conversation without that passenger hearing.
Do you have a way we can do that? I mean, she's a god, basically.
Well, he walked away. But
Did anyone else feel something a few minutes ago? It was, at first I thought it was Cuddles.
yes.
Con save. Just you this time.
14.
Okay. You fail the save. You take 1 point of damage. The pain hits you behind your eyes, and you look up and you see, for a brief second, as you're looking up at Thoe, you're like, "Hey, did anybody else do?" God! Right in the back of the head, as your eyes come up, you see a bunch of other people in the clearing wearing all white. A white shirt, white pants, white shoes, and they've got their arms up like this. They're going like, and then it just leaves as quick as it comes.
We
we're surrounded in a camp of people, so yes, you're right, we have company.
They're all in white, you said?
All in white.
I feel like this is more than the norm, probably.
Okay.
I suppose if we're going to talk, we should probably do that sometime soon, and maybe not right here.
Great, where do you suggest we go?
Somewhere not surrounded by a bunch of people in white who are
Lead
doing
them. Lead the
Man-
way.
something?
You look around the area. There is nobody around. You don't smell anybody around.
I'm gonna reach in and just grab my bottle of like
Yeah.
my green stuff and just look at it and be like, oh, did you
Mandrake
get
might
into
be
this?
Mandrake might be drunk. There's nobody around.
I'm just gonna hand him a cup of coffee. Just here, just take the edge off. Or when you need
There's no edge. There is something going on here, and I don't know if it's these new eyes or something else, but I think this is a time you should trust me, and we should move.
There's still some tents set up. You guys can make your way over to a small tented area. Right now it's Thoe, Mandrake, Grim, and Day. Are you guys moving over to just away from all of this?
Yeah.
All right.
We have to figure out how to separate two souls. And the only person that I can think of, or the only being that I can think of that might know how to do that is death.
What are you insinuating?
Well, I talked to the caterpillar, and I asked I asked if the caterpillar knew, and they said no, but agreed that death might. But the difficulty is, I know that last time you talked to death, you have to die. The caterpillar can put a spell into Mandrake's hat that will bring someone back, and it doesn't have to be you. It could be me. I would volunteer in a heartbeat
Wouldn't it make
to
sense
do
for you
it.
to go?
We're also not sure how much magic this hat can hold. To bring someone back, that's a lot of magic.
The caterpillar said it could be done.
But there's also consequences for bringing people back from the dead.
That's why I volunteered to go.
Have you asked Enwin if he wants the souls separated?
I have not. And we can do that. But we have to keep in mind that if he does and she doesn't, she may start doing other things in her power to stop it. She's very powerful. And she has control outside of his choices.
So she can just let loose, take over, and do with him
She did
as she...
today.
The banishment.
Oh, that would be amazing. I could pee whenever I wanted.
So then what? We beat it out of him? Send him to hell and take it out of him?
No, we asked
I
Death
go to hell.
how to separate them.
I do have some information that might be relevant.
Okay.
I had a conversation with your old dad.
Mhm.
He said that she was the kindest person he ever knew. He also said that you can't trust royalty, so what you're saying is pretty spot on.
So maybe she's kind and wonderful and benevolent and will give everybody 1,000 gold pieces, but maybe they can still be separated so she's not busy banishing us. Or trying to destroy Wonder. Or whatever it is she's trying to do, because obviously she's powerful enough to have been put in this place that she doesn't belong.
I agree that she doesn't belong. All I'm saying is the stories we know may not be exactly the way they seem.
And did you do something to warrant banishment?
I spoke against her.
Oh yeah, if she's
Said she
she's
was
kind and
dangerous.
benevolent. Royalty, honey, you don't speak against royalty. Trust me, I know. I grew up with them.
I have to ask, did things get heated?
Let's pause there. as Toby's hair just goes. What do you mean by that? What is Enwin doing in this conversation where she's been sort of banished Alf into the? Are you just taking a walkabout? What are you doing here?
I'm just gonna walk.
Okay.
He's just.
Yeah, you start walking through this clearing. Give me a perception check, Enwin, as you go further and further away from the camp, looking for just walking, trying to clear your head.
23.
23. Yeah, you're walking about. You're getting to a part in the forest where it just based on the shade, the trees are growing in such an area that they're beginning to sort of crowd. Like create a bit of a canopy, and you're just sort of absentmindedly walking to yourself and not really concentrating, and you look up and you're almost in front of the cave. You found yourself instinctively walking towards where the cave was.
I almost said I was gonna go. Okay. But you said are they the like weird sig trees that they were?
Yeah. You find yourself at an odd place. A couple more steps forward and you would be on the path towards walking up to the cave. But you could very easily take another 2 steps. It's almost this weird equidistant. 2 steps backward will lead you back towards the path, towards where you were walking. And then 2 steps forward would lead you on that winding path through the darkened coils up to this cave.
I'm gonna go towards the cave.
You go towards the cave, a little bit of frost that you notice underfoot as you take the 2 steps forward towards the cave. It's an odd frost because it's not particularly cold out, dissipating and disappearing under your feet as you make your way towards this cave. Sure. You get up close to it. Do you stealthing up, or are you walking straight up?
Just going.
Yeah. You hear the signs and the sounds of. Enwin, you look strong.
You're not wrong.
New fertilizer.
Something of that.
Lots of sun.
A fair amount. Better soil than you've got.
You
That's for sure.
smell different.
Well, you still smell like shit, so there's that.
The head cocks to the side, and you see it unwrap itself. What do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I'm not really sure. Just out for a walk and thought I'd say hi. How are you?
Give me. He will detach from the ceiling and start walking towards you. Little bits of smoke issuing forth from his mouth. Why? Why the impudence?
I could ask you the same thing.
I knew it didn't take hold. I absolutely knew it. There was a 50-50 shot, and I knew it. And the dragon form will disappear, and it's like, damn it. It was the spider, wasn't it? It was the damn spider. Damn spider. I hate spiders. You don't have them anymore, do you?
No.
I can see it on you. Ugh. Stupid.
You're right.
Stupid. Have you told anyone?
Why would I do that?
Oh, I'll just kill you then. This is perfect. How do you want to go? Fire? This fire? Are you still the fire thing?
Are you always as full of yourself?
Yes, always, constantly. It's one of my redeeming qualities. What do you want, Enwin?
I want your name, Puck.
Great. You can't have it.
I disagree. Give it to me.
Okay. What's the save? You didn't write it down?
You didn't tell me.
I did, in the stream, didn't I?
You said they will have to make a save, but never said what it was.
Let's do your spell casting modifier plus 2.
19.
Okay. You forcefully rip the name from Puck. Puck will take some damage here. As Puck takes 14 points of psychic damage as the name is forcefully ripped from him. You take a bit of Puck into your soul, and Puck recoils backwards from it, taking a few halting steps towards the back of the cave. As he does, he looks at you in an odd way. Well, I feel like fair is fair. May I have your name, please?
No.
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
It's a 13.
Your name is forcefully ripped from your body. Who do you think taught the first Fae to do this? You take 19 points of psychic damage as your name is forcefully ripped from your body. Each of you exchanging mental back and forth. There is a like a deep breath from you as a part of your a part of your name gets ripped forth, and he breathes in deep, and then his eyes go wide, and he turns his head and goes, "That there's a little something extra. Yum 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 yum. I can use this.
I suspect you can.
What do you want for it?
What are you offering?
Power.
Oh, come now. You can do better than that.
Lots of power." And he snaps his hand, and as he does, images are projected onto the walls. You see a kaleidoscope of you, Enwin, walking forward, casting spells outstretched from your hand. Eldritch Blast that seem to take on a green tint this time, flashing outward from your hand. Spells that you have never been able to cast before, issuing forth from you. People gathered around you, looking somewhat familiar, casting spells in your direction, and you just sort of sitting there, hauntingly, like absorbing the spells as they come into you. And then the last image is you sitting on top of a throne that seems to be made of wood of some sort. You're not sure where you got the wood from, and you're just there. What do you want? I just want that. You give me that, what, you've got to miss it. Right? Access to the powers? Like, imagine me as your patron. The king of all the Fae. Look, I can help you. You can help me. You can be like my little good boy to play it, baby. You can go out and do stuff. I can continue my thing of going around pretending to be dragons, gathering treasure. But now I have a real bona fide worshiper.
Oh, you want me to worship you? Well, that's a lot to ask.
No, dear. I want to own you. Anansi owned you. You can church it up as much as you want, but that spider, that good boy, that storyteller of the highest regard, owned you. That was the deal. And I don't know how you shut the spider, but you did. So what do you want?
I want you to know you can't have it.
You want me to know that I can't have it. This is a power move. Okay. Done. You are free to leave the cave.
He does.
You are ripped forward from the cave and underwater, Enwin. Your name is called forth and burned through. He does not own your soul anymore. And you are currently underneath that large pond in the middle of the cave. And Puck is sitting there. And he looks up to the surface and he points. And he just taps his wrist. He goes, "Start swimming." Let's get back to that in a second. Yeah, let's go back to this group.
Kind benevolent. So, obviously, anything to save Enwin. I'll talk to death if that's what you guys want. I need to.
Well, does anybody
Get
have a
there.
better idea? If someone has a better idea, let's go with that. But
Does Caterpillar still have that kind of magic?
I talked to Caterpillar. Caterpillar said it could be done.
I just know that Their power is waning.
I know.
It doesn't matter if it's waning. It doesn't.
I trust
It doesn't matter.
that the
If I need-
caterpillar can do it.
To get there, then to save Enwin, then
If you're uncomfortable with that, I will do this. There are probably others. I know that this is dangerous.
yeah. So what?
When you come back, you're different. You're not the same. So this is not something that either one of you should take lightly.
Well,
You know what's not something to take lightly? And I'm really sorry to have an outburst. I'm very, very sorry. But what's not something to take lightly is to bring in somebody who hates Enwin. What's not something to take lightly is the fact that Enwin might need you to be there for him. What's not something to take lightly is the fact that I have a connection to death. And I have to be the one to do this.
I'm not worried about getting you there. I'm worried about getting you back.
Don't worry about getting me back. Worry about getting Enwin back.
Bring your hat to the caterpillar.
Fine. All I was going to suggest is if we could find a way to get Cheshire back, it re-energizes Caterpillar.
Which is lovely, but I'm not sure we have enough time to go find
We
Cheshire,
don't.
bring Cheshire back somehow from wherever he is, and then re-energize the caterpillar. And by the time we do all of that,
We don't have enough time, you guys. That is very simple. You have 2 days till we have to go back and see Evie. You have, what, 26 days till
28.
28 days. Thank you. I'm good at music, at math, that's what I do. Till essentially the end of the world, if you will.
All
So,
I'm saying is if we lose you, we lose both of you. And then how do we take down the Red Queen?
I mean, technically, if we lose her, I can bring her back. She's just not going to look like herself.
okay,
So, you know.
who cares?
Well, I'm glad you've taken that so lightly.
At this point,
Fine, fine. I will go to the caterpillar. I will take my
we just
hat.
saw the whole ceremony in the grove. We've got a whole bunch of people who can take care of that. You just might be, I don't know.
And and what if things go amiss? They go awry. Y'all gonna go back to hell?
This is not bad.
look,
Another year wasted.
look, at this point, if I don't come back, that's fine. I'll be with death. Who I'm going to end up with at some point anyway. If I come back as something else, then it doesn't matter, but we made a promise to Enwin. And I will be damned if I break another promise to somebody who I really care about. So whether it's the caterpillar or you bring me back as something else, whatever you guys need to do, I don't care, but I'm going.
What are you doing? It's getting close to
I
like
got-
nighttime. Like,
I got Scryed on, so I'm gonna go tell Flint.
okay,
'cause he's my confidant.
okay. Are you going to the caterpillar to get the spell loaded?
I wanted to say one more thing.
Please go ahead.
I'm fine with this. I will do this. The only thing I thought maybe we should consider is if Enwin is okay with it, maybe we could use her.
How?
We need power to take down the Red Keep. He has unimaginable power. If we can find a way to rein that in, a way that he can use this, maybe that's the chess piece that we need.
We could potentially speak in code when he's around if you're worried about things that she can hear.
I just want Enwin back.
with, I think I just want Enwin back. Let's go to Nyx. Yeah. Nyx, yeah, you talk to Flynn.
So, someone's been scrying on me, I think.
Okay.
I don't know who. I don't know for how long.
In the
but
shower?
it's-
That was me. That was one time. That was a joke. I'm trying to break the tension. Go on, sweetie.
Now I'm distracted.
Oh, God, that was me. Right, keep going.
No, someone's was watching me earlier today, and I don't know.
Were you able to push them away?
Yeah,
If you were, then it will. I don't think they will be able to continue doing that to you today.
that's a little reassuring, but not.
There are magical items that I know of that exist that can prevent you from being detected or found by magical means, but I have no access to any of those items, and we're not likely to find them here in the forest.
The bigger issue is that someone's trying to do it, and I don't know who. 'Cause I mean, it could be Fridrin, but I mean, I don't.
Babe, do you want a list? I've got some
That's-
spare paper over here. I can write down 4 or 5 off the top of my head.
See, that's the problem, is I don't know which one.
You're not going to.
True.
We could try to scry a little ourselves.
I mean, are you able to do that?
Not currently. But I'm clever that way. Is this something you want? I did miss like 10 years of birthdays.
Sure.
Alright, I'm on it.
Thank you.
Give me some time. And he gives you a kiss on the cheek and then walks into the middle of the camp. Enwin, hey buddy.
What's that?
You are currently at the bottom of a 50-foot shaft of water. There is stone on either side, and Puck is floating in the water with you, just sort of waving and wondering what you are going to do as you look up towards the surface.
Start swimming up.
Okay, give me an athletics or acrobatics, please. Actually, this would be athletics. Give me an athletics check.
That's an adjusted 12.
Adjusted 20. You push through. What is your constitution?
15 plus 2.
Okay, so yeah, you are swimming up towards the water, and it is looking like you're going to be absolutely fine if you continue going at this speed that you're going. You get about halfway up this 50-foot container as you go. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please. You can make this at advantage.
16.
16's not going to cut it as you are held in place. And Puck will float a little bit past you and just sort of like hang out on the wall and look at you. Enwin, do you know what happens to water when it's like surrounding plant material for a long time? Let's find out. And he just waits. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is a 19.
All right, he'll come over into the water, sort of put both arms around your back and sort of lift you up a little closer to the top, and you're able to continue to hold your breath.
I'm sorry, you said I didn't need to breathe.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You don't need to breathe. And he'll just continue to float up towards the water a little bit. And then he'll get to where the top of the water is, and he says, "Say you're sorry."
I'm sorry.
Good boy. And he'll bring you to the top of the water, and he'll lift you out and sort of push you onto the shore.
Okay.
Okay. He releases the hold person spell, and says, "Go ahead. You were going to leave the cave, right?
Oh, I am.
Go ahead."
I do.
Okay.
I'll just keep going.
All right. You keep going outside of the cave. The cave itself begins to buckle in on itself. The front opening begins to very, very, very slowly. The stone starts beginning to close around it, around the front part of it. It looks like the stone is like growing slowly or coming in from another place as the cave begins to just slowly grow around that first opening.
Gonna make a run for it.
Yep. Edwin, where are you running to?
Out the front.
Out for front? Are you running back to camp?
I mean, if I can make it out, I'm going.
You're making it back to camp.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, after a bit of time, Edwin, you are able to make your way back to the camp, and you were standing there somewhat waterlogged, but you are back at the camp.
I'm gonna avoid this group, but
We're in a tent.
All right.
that's fine. Still gonna avoid you.
I would say about 10 or 15 minutes after you get back to camp, Enwin is going to walk back into camp.
Wait, after we get back?
The group notices another Enwin walk into camp. Like, you guys don't notice this. I think some of the druids are. You're a little preoccupied at the moment. There's stuff going on during this 15-minute walk and stuff like that. But Enwin, as you set up in camp and are just sitting outside, you'll see another Enwin that just sort of comes over and like waves at you and just like acknowledges you, like nods his head and goes over to another fire and begins to like put his hands up by the fire, and he goes, "Gentle druids of the grove, it is I, Enwin, and here is the seed. We are going to plant this seed for the good of all these people." And the druids all stop.
Oh, I suspect that's not a good idea.
Are we hearing this?
Let's go and figure out what happened during that 10 to 15 minutes where he was walking there and then walking back, and then we'll jump into this. As the two Enwins begin to yell loud enough and gather enough attention in the group that that you would gather everyone's attention. So you get the spell from the caterpillar. He loads a Revivify. There is one. You will have 1 minute from the point of death in order to activate the spell. If you activate it after the 1 minute, it does not work. She stays dead. Okay? So it's kill, 1 minute, dead. Okay?
Got it.
Got it. All right. You guys are back in the small little like tent. Everybody's sort of gathered around Day at this point. The spell is loaded into the hat as best as you see fit.
Does everybody agree that this is the thing to do and that we should not talk to anyone beforehand? I want to make sure that I'm not the one that's insisting on this. I'm just trying to think about what the best thing to do is.
I don't like it for the reasons of what could happen, the possibility. If she doesn't come back, how she's gonna come back.
What happens if I don't come back?
Then I would imagine that we would do the same for you that you guys did for me. You'd come back to save.
Graham, if I got out of control and you knew that killing me would save Wonder, would you do it?
Why is it that anytime we're faced with the decision of killing someone, sending them away,
I want to
we
know
have
the
spent-
answer to that question. If I got out of control, if my fire got out of control and killing me would save Wonder, would you do it? Would you, Day? Mandrake?
I couldn't let that be a thing.
If I asked you to now, if I said, if my fire gets out of control and killing me will save Wonder, I want you to do it, would you do it?
If that were the only and the last reason,
But you would do it.
we've traveled long enough together. You know, without a doubt, I would.
The one difference is we've had this conversation. Did Inwin tell you to do this? Did he ask you to do this?
We're not talking about him right now.
No, but
We're talking about the good of Wonder.
the question you asked.
Insight.
terrible insight.
It's okay.
Can I roll insight?
You can insight, but
It's
you
an
cannot
8.
assist
It's
with
an
an
8.
insight. Yeah.
Look, I said I will do this if this is what you want to do.
That's a 29.
I think there are.
Though he's genuinely not asking. For a brief second, this isn't a hypothetical.
Mhm.
This is Thoe genuinely asking about Thoe. This is not her doing an object lesson about Enwin. Something goes dark behind her eyes.
I would exhaust every other option.
But you would do it.
Only if you were no longer Thoe.
That's not what I asked.
It is what you asked.
Because this is me. And me on fire is still me.
She flares.
Because that's what this is all about. This is not about me, and this is not about you, and this is not about Nyx, and this is not about anybody else. This is about Wonder. This is about the good of Wonder. This is about changing a prophecy. This is about planting a seed and saving a people. This is about
Is she flaring more and more?
Yeah.
She's gonna cast calm emotions.
The hut is starting to get a little toasty.
Day's casting calm emotions.
You gotta everybody in the room gets a save. You can choose to purposely fail the save and calm your emotions and just keel out a little bit. What is the save for calm emotions?
Charisma 15.
Charisma save of 15.
I failed it.
I failed it.
Failed it.
Everybody just the flames like come down a little bit. Mark the spell slot, please.
I did.
If
So here's what we're gonna do. Grim's gonna kill me. Can I put that on a shirt?
Hey, Grim gonna kill me.
why am I the harbinger of death?
Because you'll do the most damage.
That's also true.
Thoe. Mandrake. Grim. Keep a stopwatch on. Javi, you hear me?
Oh God, please don't give me this responsibility.
Javi, I know you're good at time.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna
Please.
throw up. I'm gonna throw up. All right. Yes, that's fine. I will keep a stopwatch. Yes.
Yes.
Never be late. Never be late. Never be late. Never be
Gonna
late.
see if anything can be done.
60 seconds. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Dave, can you make it 30 seconds?
I will do my absolute best.
Okay. Talk fast.
Shit.
And know that no matter what, I love you all. And she'll just stand at the center of the room and wait to be
Could you
hit.
use a pillow or something? You don't have to stop. Put the sword away, man. God.
Okay, get out of my head. Stop.
I am stuck here.
I understand, but you gotta stop.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the clock.
Are you ready?
Is anyone ready to die? Pillow over the face.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
like
nice
it's
way.
it's the you
Night.
you. I will say,
It was kind.
with his strength and with you sort of instinctively fighting and stuff like that, you give up the ghost. You give up the ghost.
Tell us when to start this timer.
Uh,
Okay, got one too.
I have a timer.
I was making sure she had a timer.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You find yourselves in the log cabin. You're in the log cabin.
Death! Death!
He picks you up. He gives you a kiss on the forehead.
Dad,
Quick.
I need you. I need help. We need to separate two souls. I missed you. We need to separate two souls.
I missed you. I missed you too, kiddo. What two souls?
And the queen.
Okay.
The original queen.
All right, you're gonna have to go back to the place where it started from. Okay,
Where
if
it
you got to
started.
separate him from that soul, you got to go back to the original tree where they all hatched from, where the 9 hatched from. You're gonna have to kill them, and then hopefully the two souls will be separated. I can assist you with a little bit of that, but that's what you're gonna have to do.
The 9 being the core that he was in.
The 9 being the court that he was in.
Okay. What kind of assistance?
I will teach you a ritual. When you wake up, you'll have it in your head, but you're gonna have to cast that ritual so that it comes back out as 2 souls, not 1.
2 souls. Okay. Can we kill the soul without killing him?
I have no idea.
They have to be separate.
Probably not. They have to be
I
separate.
put the hat on her head, cast Revivify.
Okay. Death goes like this. He goes, you're gonna have to separate them in order to kill her and not kill him. And he kisses you on the forehead and shoves you backwards. As he shoves you backwards, you feel the Revivify take hold. Give me probability dice, please.
18. That's percentile, right? Probably.
Percentile? Yeah. 18.
Yeah.
You cast Revivify, and Day doesn't come back right away. You cast the spell, and the magic moves over her, and it's just one of those, like, she doesn't quite come back right when you cast it. Takes a few seconds, there's a, like, and then she comes back. Day, you are back. You've got a little bit of a hangover, but you're back.
It's good to have you back.
Okay.
The ritual has been added. It will take an hour to cast while he is in seed form.
Oh, he is.
Oh.
I'm gonna take my hat back
Okay?
off of her head,
Didn't look good on me
kind of brush
anyway.
it off, put it back on my head, and say, "Did it work?"
We have to go back to where it started. Back to the original tree where it was. So clearly we need Enwin's permission because he's the only one who knows where it is.
Good people of the forest, I am here to plant the seed. And there is a sound that issues forth from the entire camp. And as I think you guys, Three Stooges style, stick your heads out, and you are looking for Flint because he's been gone a while, sort of walk back into camp. You all see Enwin smiling and happy, and he's carrying a seed in his hand.
I'm going immediately because that's wrong.
I changed my mind. You were right. I changed my mind, and I separated myself because it was the right thing to do. You're absolutely right.
Am I here while watching this?
You guys
Right.
all see him talking to Nyx, and as you turn around, you see another Enwin that's just like, what the hell? Like
Do
standing.
I see the other anyone?
You do.
Do I have a
What I said about
You don't see an Enwin. You see another of the Silva. The Silva all look the same. So you see another Silva wearing similar clothing, shirtless, off in the standing behind.
I
him.
see both though.
You see both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I said to you about the seed.
What do you mean?
I was right or we were right?
No.
What are you saying?
Thoe was right. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it without at least speaking to you first. And putting the queen in my body. It's not right.
So you're just gonna do it without asking either?
I miss my people.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
He turns back to look and sort of like takes a step backward. Do you see it too?
We're all holding each other.
Yeah, you guys all stick your head out and say, do you see him too?
Oh, I'm right here. Plain as day. And so that we're very clear, I'm probably gonna fucking kill you.
Charlotte pops up on his shoulder.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh no.
Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
Eldritch Blast. 2 of them.
Does Enwin have something on him? Like, he did have the stuffed animal, but he doesn't have it anymore, right?
No,
what
he
does
got it back.
What Enwin has?
16 versus armor
Yep,
class.
it's 16.
Yep.
Do I smell this? There's like a difference in like what he smells like 'cause being traveled with him versus like this guy?
Honestly, no, this smells like the Fae to you. Like, this smells like more, like, utter, like, Fae. Like, you know the scent of the Fae and, like, the smell that he gives off. If anything, it's more concentrated coming from the guy that's standing there that just fired 2 Eldritch Blasts. That's a 16 and a 21.
Yep.
Okay? You guys watch as Charlotte pops up on Enwyn's shoulder, and Enwyn fires 2 Eldritch Blast forward at the other one.
When I see Charlotte, I'm going to point at the one with Charlotte
Okay?
and cast True Strike.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw my hat at him
Okay. Why?
to try to knock the seed out of his hand.
Okay. Okay. Mandrake throws his hat at the Enwyn that has just fired 2 Eldritch Blast. You take 16 points of damage as you fall to the ground.
Okay.
Okay? Give me an attack roll.
At advantage?
Yeah.
True Strike.
No, True
No.
Strike takes an action.
Oh.
So you're using your turn. I believe True Strike takes
Oh,
an
I-
entire action to.
Okay.
to
Well then, never mind.
Are you going to cast True Strike, or are you throwing the hat?
I was gonna cast True Strike and then throw my hat because we
Cool.
weren't
You
initiative
cast True Strike, and that is your turn.
Okay.
And then we'll start rolling initiative past this.
yet. Okay.
That is your turn. Mandrake starts casting towards the figure.
All it is
Off in
point,
the
I
corner.
believe, right?
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative then.
Yay! It's supposed to
21.
Okay.
20.
And
The Cocoa Boy's gone.
20 to 25.
20.
21. And then we have Grim.
Hi.
And then we have 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
13.
13. 10 to 5.
6.
7.
Also 7.
Roll up.
Roll off.
I know. Going really well.
You won.
14.
Mandrake, Thoe, Nyx. Cool. Actual Enwyn, it is your turn.
I'm going to use half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I'm Enwyn of the Nine. You have about 4 seconds to explain yourself before I fucking kill you. I'm going to hold my action to see what he says.
All right.
Dagger drawn.
Dagger drawn. So the other like reaches and pulls out a dagger and says, "I'm Enwyn of the Nine. You have a few seconds to explain yourself, or I'll fucking kill you." Grim.
I'm looking at Enwyn, and then one with Charlotte, one without Charlotte, one with the seed, without the seed.
Correct.
And I'm just gonna start moving towards Enwyn without the seed because I know I was there when he put it in his chest. So I'm just like, I'm over here, and then I'm gonna go for an attack against the imposter.
Okay.
Well, at least I think the imposter is.
Yeah, the guy that has Charlotte with him in his side.
Right.
Who looks over at you with fear and pain in his eyes as you lash out against him.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, so for the first attack, it's gonna be with the Vorpal Sword. That is going to be a 18.
18 to hit.
That's yeah. You said 18, 19, or 20. I need to let you know.
Oh yeah, it's an 18 on the die.
Yes.
Yep, the bear.
Oh god.
You can choose to summon forth the bear if you would like, or you can keep him in the sword.
I'm gonna keep him in the sword. 'Cause
Got
I'm
it.
not sure what he does right
Roll damage, please, for that
Yeah,
attack.
That first one, that is going to be 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Then for the second attack, that is going to be 22
All right.
with 13 points of damage.
All right.
And the last one is a nat 1, not quite getting the mark.
Okay.
And that is a, well, nat 1, so it don't matter.
Perfect. All right. This one takes a cut to the chest and like falls to the ground, and you see Charlotte skitter and sit on his chest and sort of try to look like it's trying to protect as he falls backward and sort of looks at you with this odd pain in his eyes. Like, what are you doing? That is your turn, Grim. Day.
Honestly, him talking like that is enough for her because Enwyn wouldn't have done it. He would have been like, "You fucking idiot." So she is going to cast Hold Person on him.
Okay.
So he's on the ground
Sure.
and Hold Person. It's a Wisdom of 14.
Okay. That he fails to save.
Okay.
He freezes on the ground, and the seed falls to the side.
And then she's going to use her movement to try and go get the seed.
Great. Constitution saving throw, please.
That's understandable. Oh, that was a nat 1.
Day is in the seed.
Cute.
Mandrake.
Throw in my hat.
Cool. At advantage.
I don't like this anymore. So not that one.
Mhm.
That was a. Sorry. It's a 20 adjusted was the first
20
one.
adjusted. Yeah, he's held on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that hits.
4, 6, 12, 14. No, it's stuck. It like stuck.
Oh,
sorry.
no. It's okay. Do you have another dice you can
Yeah.
roll?
3. So that was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then the last one is 2, so 17 points of damage.
Once again, he is frozen in fear and just sort of looking up at you as he is just confused as to why you were striking out against him. That is your turn, Mandrake. Thoey.
Hold on. Remember, I get to roll again for my hat.
Oh, that's true. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action as well?
So that was a 12
Correct?
on the hat.
So the hat comes back.
So the hat comes back. With my bonus action, I'm going to grab the hat.
Okay.
How far away am I?
I'd say you're about 30 feet away.
And I saw Day disappear.
She walked over and grabbed the seed. Right now, one of the Enwins is frozen like this, frozen in space. But as she reached over and grabbed the seed, that spell drops, and he just sort of grabbed his side. The hat cuts into his side. You see bits of clippings fall to the ground. As he grabs onto his side and looks over at you, Day is gone. She touched the seed and was just like gone.
Okay. So I have 40 feet of movement. I have my hat in my hand. This is probably real dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Sure.
I run at the seed,
Okay.
and instead of touching it with my hands, I'm gonna. How big is the seed?
About a basketball sized, I imagine. Probably a little bigger.
Oh, bigger. Okay, well that won't work. Never mind.
Basketball sized.
I was gonna try to scoot up with my hat because it's.
I love it.
Yeah, I'll run at it and I'll try to scoop it with my hat.
The hat disappears.
Great.
You scoop it up. Gone. That is your turn, Mandrake. Thoey.
I'm casting locate object on his necklace, like
What necklace?
knowing the necklace that he wears. That is like it's like a. He's always got a necklace on him.
Yeah.
Like it's a fancy necklace or whatever.
Yeah.
It's red, right?
Yeah.
So I'm casting that.
You
on
find the two.
his-
You can locate an object, and it's the similar make and the closest styles of those necklaces. It is not a hyper-specific, I want to find. If there are two necklaces in the area of that same make, you're going to ping both.
Okay.
So both of the necklaces on the Enwin's ping.
So it's not an illusion kind of thing. It's
You would know that,
necklace.
though. Would you like to do something else? You would know how the spell works because you've
Right,
used
I
it
know.
before.
I assumed it was some sort of an illusion kind of thing. I didn't realize that he was pretty much. in fact,
Then
like
this
two
is a lesson in and of
items.
itself. It's a
Okay.
physical item. It is a physical necklace that he is wearing.
Okay, all right. Well, then I shouldn't be able to do anything because I wouldn't have realized. I would have
Yeah.
figured it was an illusion or something like
Yeah,
that.
they
so.
both ping on the necklace.
So okay, all right.
Nyx.
Sending.
Okay?
Which one are you?
I'm the one.
Okay? You hear a disembodied voice in your head saying, I am the one.
Well, that's.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Great. Perfect.
We're doing amazing.
Enwin,
I used my whole action for that, man.
Enwin, that is lying on the ground,
Same.
coughs a little bit and stares daggers at you, and then his eyes get very fearful. and he looks about the space and he sees the seed on the ground and says, "You'll never get it. These are my people. You'll never get it." And he grabs the seed and dimension doors. Unless anyone would like to do something.
Actually, I see him casting Dimension Door.
You do see him
I'll
casting.
counterspell. Let's go all the way to 5th level.
Okay. I don't think you even need to roll here. He goes to cast Dimension Door, and Nyx stops him, and he's just sort of standing in the space, holding the seed in his hand. I don't. Why are you doing this?
Because you're not.
You're not there.
Oh, that's
You
right.
are
That's
in
right.
the
That's right.
seed.
The seed still.
What did I just ask you?
You just asked me, what did I just ask you?
I banish him. 4th level.
All right? Counterspelled. No, it's counterspelled.
It's counterspell.
Yeah. Stop this. Everyone, stop it. Enwin, your turn.
Question to the DM. Are
Yep.
all the 9 named the same?
They are not.
Okay. It's like, fuck. I'm gonna take his name.
You already have his name.
That's what I thought. Great. I'm gonna take the spider's name.
Okay. The Enwin standing up, looks over towards the spider and does something that Enwin has never done before. He takes his hands and he curls it around, and as he does, the spider explodes. It is something you have never seen Enwin do before, and the spider just explodes. And Enwin, that is holding on to the seed, begins to crawl backwards and just screams out, "Charlotte!" His eyes are this feral green color. He is just. You have the spider's name. Grim.
This guy's on the floor and he's scared poopless. Word. I'm pretty sure I'm within 5 feet.
Yeah.
So he sentinel and just keep him from actually going anywhere.
He's not moving. He's crawling backwards on the ground. He's terrified.
Okay, then I'm just gonna hold my action. I'll just
Yeah.
observe what's
Great.
happening. I am so confused.
Grim. Day, you are in a darkened space. Off in the distance, you see a waving figure that's running forward towards you. They're way, 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 way off. It is completely dark. It is complete, but you just see this blur of movement as some sort of creature or form or begins running, barreling towards you in the space. They're way far away. They're 100 feet away, but they are running forward towards you as fast as they can.
I mean, if they're 100 feet,
Do you start running towards them or away?
she's gonna cast.
Okay.
She's gonna run towards them, but cast invisibility.
Okay. Do you start running forward? You turn invisible.
Yeah.
Got it.
But
Got
she
it.
still wants to get close to whoever it is and see.
Okay. You run 30 feet closer, and you're starting to see the outlines of somebody humanoid in shape. The darkness is sort of pervading your vision at the moment.
Even with dark vision, it's really bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Even with dark vision, it is really, really bad. There is
Got
no
it.
floor. There is no up. There is no down.
Got
It is
it.
just this inky black darkness that only one of you have experienced up until this point. And it's not the person in the room.
Okay.
That's Day. Mandrake.
I'm gonna cast. Yes. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image
Okay.
and surround the one that looks angry.
Okay.
The one who's cowering backwards.
He is not angry. There's
Well,
one terrified, backing
okay.
up on the ground
That one.
because Charlotte has just exploded.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna surround that one.
Okay.
Range of self.
Range of.
What?
No, it
Image
has.
has a range of self. You can only cast
You're
once.
looking for invoke duplicity. That would be
Oh,
allow
okay.
you to do this. You
Well,
just like
That's
duplicates
fine, because I was
arranged around.
standing right next to the seed, and he picked up the seed, so.
Sure. Yeah. Do
so
any of
because
your
I was-
figures touch the seed?
No.
Okay. You're standing close to this figure that's backing up.
Okay.
You now have duplicates of yourself all lined up where you are.
Right.
Got it. That's your turn. You do
And
anything
I'm
with your
going
bonus action.
to say, you can drop the act. We know it's not you.
Okay. Zoe.
She's, oh gosh, we're in initiative, so he can't respond.
He cannot respond.
Crap. She's going to, oh crap. She's going to conjure woodland beings. That's my turn.
Okay.
I'm figuring out what to do with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Conjure woodland beings. Pixies.
Yeah.
Got it. What race are pixies?
Faye?
Got it.
Great.
Perfect.
Oh, crap.
Nyx.
Oh,
Okay.
crap.
Technically, when I threw up that banishment earlier,
That was
I was acting
Yeah.
out of combat because
Forgot who he
we were
was
kind
for
of
a minute.
going back and forth, so I was acting out of
Yeah.
combat. So I'm
Yeah.
cool if that like.
That's your
counts.
turn.
Yeah,
Got it.
Since I'm already-
Enwin. Okay. Enwin will see you gathering around him.
Faye. That's a good idea.
Will see the banishment. Who did you banish?
I was trying to banish the Enwin.
The one on the ground.
Yes, because I asked after I did the sending. I was asking what did I say, and since he didn't know I sent a sending, I assume he's the fake.
Right. Okay. The banishment.
Because it wasn't helpful.
Okay. So I can't remember because I'm juggling a lot. Did the banishment go off?
I sent it, and I think you counterspelled it. Yeah.
Counterspell. That's right. Yep. Okay. That on Enwin's turn, he will drop the act. He will pick up the seed. And as he does, he will nod to you and look at the rest of the group and put the seed on the ground and place his hands in the air. I surrender. You got me. I am an imposter. He'll wave his hand, and you'll see this sort of impish-looking fellow. Looks humanoid, much shorter than normal. You got me. I give up. I'm sorry for what I did. I thought it would be funny. When Enwin came to visit me in my cave and told me of the need he had in the search for power, I thought I was welcome here in this camp. I apologize.
And who are you?
No one, really. But a trifle. Go ahead and roll initiative for those pixies, please.
8 plus 2, I think. 10.
Yep. Got it.
Are we out?
You are so far out of initiative. As he puts his hands up and the pixies all sort of dart their eyes about the camp and gather behind Thoe, and then all of them start like eyeing the guy that has his hands up.
Okay. So that's not the seed. What is it, and where did they go?
Oh, no, it's a seed.
It's a seed.
It is.
It's not the seed.
Let's go. 1, 2. No, we'll keep you around. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could. Let's all start on the big guy, all right? Because he's the one that pissed me off the most. And then just get creative with everything else, okay, gang? As the one of the kings of Silva motions over to the fairies, and the fairies all scatter. They will cast 8 polymorphs on you.
Even though it says they're friendly to me and the party?
They are friendly to you and the party, but he is the king of the one of the kings
Yep.
of the Fae, the
Yep.
princes of the Fae. I have to
Yep.
play this out
Yep.
how this would
Is it a
play out.
concentration spell?
It is a concentration spell.
All right, I'm gonna cast magic missile first level on Thoe.
Okay. This will go off first. So, Enwin, I need all of the charisma saves that they would do for polymorph on him. 13, I think.
Okay. Wait,
If
you
it
need
works.
me to roll
Yeah,
Or
they're
charisma
they're your no his.
Oh.
Yeah,
he,
they're
he
mine.
makes he makes 13 charisma saves or 8 charisma saves, right? DC 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24.
24.
27. Natural 20. 23. 15.
Puck turns around while all of this is happening and begins to walk off into the woods.
17. That's
17.
24.
24. All of them, the spells will go, and he just sort of turns around and begins to walk back into the woods as the fairies are sort of firing things at him. We are out of initiative order. If anyone wants to stop him, they can.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna just leap towards him and see if I can get as close as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right there next to him. Can I help you?
So, are those fairies still like attacking?
Yeah. The fairies have all
I
cast
have-
their spells, and you've just cast magic missile at
I
Thoe.
have. Sorry, that's 6 points.
Thoe, are you gonna purposely fail this con save and drop the yeah?
Oh, yeah.
The fairies sort of flitter off. Hi.
So you're just gonna cause all havoc and leave.
Oh yeah, my fun is done.
No. Your fun is far from over. You're sticking around. Or my fun will just begin.
How many hit points do you have, buddy?
56.
Okay. You have
I don't know who this
actually.
person is. No one's ever said to me who this person is.
I mean, you're
I
not
just know
wrong.
that there's
Uh,
a person.
You are not the one that walked into his home and pissed him off. If that's any consolation. Someone walked in just to say F you and then walked out.
Yeah.
So I have to play this. I have to play this how it would be played. The man whose ego is the biggest ego you've ever seen in your entire life just had somebody walk into their house, just be like, I just wanted to take a poop in your house, and walked out.
Right on the floor.
I need you to. Do you have. How many hit points do you have?
56.
You are dead.
That makes sense.
He looks over at him, and he begins to cast a spell
But wait.
At Grim?
at Grim.
I can also.
Okay.
If you want to counterspell this, now is the time.
Okay.
Would you like to? Okay.
Oh my
Can
god.
I healing word?
That also makes sense. That
Is he dead?
I don't know what
Puck,
it's gonna do.
Puck looks over at Grim and just goes,
Buzz.
So,
under 100 hit points. Grim goes, falls over dead.
and I'm in the seed, so I can't do anything.
You are not there.
Can I healing word him?
He is dead. He is
He's dead.
dead.
He needs-
Because I'm not sure how this works. I'm nearby. Could one of my mirror images step in? No.
Enwin is going to reach into his bag and just fling the sand for another 30 seconds.
Okay. The sand is flung. We go back
Damn it.
30 seconds in the initiative. In the battle, as time resets for everyone, but Enwin is the only one that remembers what happened 30 seconds ago. Thoe is getting ready to cast the spell. No, let's play this out. I'll give you even more. Day's walking over to pick up the seed.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Can I yell?
When was that?
Well, I mean,
Day's walking over to pick up the seed.
can I tell her not to?
Yeah, you can scream it out as a free action.
Stop!
Okay?
Puck, I don't want to play this game. Why are you here? Don't lie. I've done this once before and I don't have the time for it. What is your plan?
You insulted me. In my home. For no reason. I offered you power. And you insulted me.
You're right.
Is there anything you would like to say?
I'm sorry.
Good boy. And he will look at you, smile, and Enwin will get up and dust himself off, and as he does, an impish man will sort of stand in his place. There. Well, I think that went as well as it possibly could have.
And who are you?
I'm no one. Ask him for my name.
He just said it.
And he will turn around and begin to walk off into the forest.
We're just gonna let him walk away.
Yes, we are.
Look at what
I don't care. letting him go. He just fucking killed you.
I've been here this entire time.
Perception checks. Anybody above a 14, raise your hand. You all notice, everyone notices themselves covered in a fine, thin layer of sand.
And this is something I know consider.
And the realization sinks in.
We wasted it already.
On what? You.
He said you died.
And when I'm really sorry to have to ask this, but did this fool pick a fight again with somebody?
I did.
Seems to be the word of the day.
Not my intention, but here we are.
It's the word of the day. It's deserved.
Thank you.
And why do we have to use the sand?
Grim
But-
was dead.
But Day can heal him.
I was
Day was in the
Nix
seed.
can-
Nix decided not to do anything about
Everyone
it.
goes, Day was in the... And the seed is still there.
No one touched that.
Is
Probably.
that the seed? Like the seed?
No.
So
That is... Well, let's find out. I'm gonna go grab the seed.
why?
Because I'm down.
Edwin walks over to grab the seed. As he does that, you hear a woman's voice come from behind you. I wouldn't do that
And why is that?
because the person who just walked out of this camp is the biggest shit I have ever met. And I would like you to help you kill him.
Oh, I like you.
A beautiful woman walks into camp. She's got long blonde hair. She's wearing a woman's, not a woman's, she's wearing a suit, a three-piece suit. She's got a white shirt. It's lightly unbuttoned. She's wearing a vest over it and black pants. She walks into the camp. Her hair is up in a little bun. And she goes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Puck. He's a little shit. And he tried to escape my, let's say, employ. And I never forget my debts. Anyway, I have a proposition for you.
Alright.
I'm Queen Mab of the Fae Court.
It's nice to meet you.
I hear that you're looking for someone to help you take down that little shit.
Well, I am now.
You and I should have a talk. Oh dear. Did he leave something behind? The seed. She will reach over to where the seed is. I need Constitution saving throws one more time from the group. As the seed opens and the pollen begins pouring out, as Mab gets close to it and starts pouring her hands over it. You can see ice beginning to form around the seed itself. As give me those con saves.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You make it. 5.
22.
22.
20.
20.
8.
8.
9.
Okay. Anybody below a 15, you take 6 points of lightning damage. Once again, it courses through your body. You don't know what it is. However, all of you feel this shock, this pain in the back of your neck. If you failed the save, you're fine. You took the damage. Your eyes go white from this pain. Those of you that took the damage, mark that down off your health. You blink your eyes and you see a room. This room is a room that you did not see before. It is covered in these odd squares along the wall. These are like white squares. Before you are men and women wearing white pants and white shirts. And you see, it's okay. It's all right. Zoe? Zoe, it's Mom and Dad. Can you see us?
Do I see anything?
It worked. It worked. Be gentle. Talk slow. There's a man behind her and wearing glasses, and he's holding a clip. It's like a piece of wooden board, and it looks like there's parchment on it or paper. And he goes, "Zoe, you're having a psychotic break. You and your friends here have created this world, and you're having a shared delusion. Can you see me, Zoe?
My name is Zoe.
There's another man who walks over and goes, Manny? Manny,
I'm
can
trying
you...
to grab my hat.
Can you... You're not wearing a hat. Manny, can you see me? Too?
I can see you.
Doctor, it worked. Doctor, the shock therapy, it worked.
The
It
name
worked.
is
It's-
Mandrake.
No, Manny, it is not. It is not. You are all experiencing a mass hallucination. All right?
Caused by what?
You can see Nicholas. Nicholas, oh my God. No, this is fine. This is fine.
What the hell is going on here?
No, go. Caused by what?
We are not sure. There was this game that teenagers were playing. You started playing this game and getting further and further along into the game, and we noticed odd changes in you, and you've been gone for so long, but you're back, honey. And your mother will walk over to where you are, Nicholas, and give you a big hug and tighten her arms around you as the doctor steps forward.
Does she look like?
She looks like your mother.
Okay.
Your father is alive again. So is your mother. Your mother and father are standing in the room as well, Day. Grim, you step back, and as you do, you look down at your hands, and you are holding a small bunny stuffed animal. And you look down at your clothing, and when you bring your hand up, which seems to be covered in a weird, like, green marker that you've drawn on yourself just over and over again on the skin.
Then how do you explain this? I'm gonna try to get Harvey to be like, come on, buddy, come on out. Like,
Yes, this is Harvey. You had him when you were a child, you remember?
this.
It's all right. They do not understand. And Puck will walk forward. We are going to make you all better. I promise. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Next week, we have a spooky episode. Feel free to dress in hospital attire if you so choose. You will not have access to any magical abilities. You will still have your stats as they see fit, but you are not here. You are somewhere else. You have all been mass delusioned into thinking you are adventurers that can channel a bunny, or throw your hat, or talk to animals and change into them. And we will see how this plays out next week for a spooky one-shot playing the heroes that you are. Okay? Puck's final present. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget that we have a giveaway. You can type in the word Harvey. Make sure you've only done it one time and one time only. We are going to go ahead and choose a winner for that. Next week, tune in as we're going to do all spooky shows across the board. I'm so excited to see this. I'm so sorry that you're lost. Join in the Discord. Come hang out with us in the Discord. I will personally give you a little recap as best as I can. But
Roll it now.
yeah, let's roll it now
Roll it.
to see who the winner. Oh, Messiah, you won the giveaway tonight. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, make sure you hit that little follow button just up there if you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. Messiah, shoot over your Maysay. Make sure you shoot over your contact information, or if you know someone else, you can shoot your contact information.
One of my Monday players.
I will make sure you receive this amazing dice set and bunny given to us by T.E. Graves. This small bunny is exactly what Grim is holding. As you see this this image of them in hospital attire holding on to this small tiny bunny that says, "Eat me." You're welcome. So I will make sure you get this amazing dice set. I hope my players are ready for a spooky adventure tomorrow. Parts of this adventure, prepare yourselves, will be by yourself as you have a talk with the doctor. I think I'm going to set this up so that each of you will get a tiny, tiny portion alone with the doctor and hopes that he can convince you that you are delusional. All right? We'll see you next week. Tune in later this week for lots of fun, amazing things here on the channel. Stay tuned. We're going to go raid and show the love to another group. We love you all. We'll see you soon. And, hey, do you wonder?